It is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! As we get to finish off the semifinals of the YCS Summer Cup with Numeron Generators versus Madolche. Numeron Generators are going to start off strong with Numeron Network. They'll be able to send from their decks to the graveyard Numeron Calling, which will allow them to special summon up to 4 number monsters to their side of the field. They're going to choose number 2, number 3, and number 1 to be special summoned to their side of the field. All 3 of those monsters will immediately be used for an Exceed summon into Utopic S0. Now, Utopic S0 or number S0 Utopic Zexal does prevent the opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Generators are going to supplement it with a boss stage and pass their turn, triggering the effect of boss stage as Chain Link 1, and then Zexal as Chain Link 2, negating all of Madolche's card effects, but Madolche's with the save with Forbidden Chalice. You'll be able to negate the S0 and then continue on with their plays. So the effect of the Generator boss stage will resolve. Har will summon itself to the side of the field, and because a Generator monster was special summoned on the opponent's turn, 4 tokens will also be special summoned. Madolche, while still being able to activate their card effects, seeing that Zexal is negated, Har is still going to be able to negate other card effects. So while we are here, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you guys about the YCS Summer Cup. The YCS Summer Cup is a 16-deck single elimination bracket decided to you by you guys. Of course, I want to thank my judges, my players, and my editors. It's been really awesome. As Madolche wants to start off by using Madolche Petting Cesor, the effect of Petting Cesor will allow them to special summon to their side of the field a Madolche monster, decrease its level, but for the rest of the turn, Madolche can only special summon Madolche monsters. Not a huge problem, as Pudding Cess is going to be special summoned as a level 4 monster. Both monsters will be used for an Exceed summon to Teacher Glass Souffle, and now they'll detach Petting Cesor, and then use the Glass Souffle as a link summon to Chocolate a la Mode, activating the effect of Chocolate a la Mode to shuffle in a Madolche monster, and then the effect to detach the spell summon. Har wants to use this effect to respond to the Chocolate a la Mode, a critical weak point of Madolche. But it looks like Madolche has the response in their own with Herald of Orange Light. Whoa. They're going to be able to negate the Har, negate the Utopic, the S0 Utopic, and then special summon Madolche Hoot Cake to the side of the field. Madolche is giving you guys a strong reason to consider them for the finals. Now, Madolche Hoot Cake is going to banish the Herald of Orange Light. That will allow them to special summon Madolche Messengelato to their side of the field using the effect of Messengelato. They'll be able to add a Madolche spell or trap card. This time around, it's going to be Madolche Chateau. Now, both of these strategies have went through the hardships of going through this YCS Summer Cup, each defeating multiple decks to get here, and they're showing their prowess. This time around, Generators in an incarnated form of Numeron Generators are showing why they're strong, but Madolche can show why it can hang with the best of them and why it got here. Madolche Angeli is going to be normal summoned to the side of the field. Use its effect to get another Messengelato. Messengelato will, of course, trigger to be able to add another Madolche monster or Madolche spell or trap card. The card of choice more than likely is going to be Ticket, as Madolche shows how it can play through multiple disruptions and still go for a heavy board. So we did ask our players, which one of these 2 strategies do you think would win? We asked our Discord, and it is a whopping 58% in favor for Madolche's. I want you guys to post down below which one of these strategies do you think will win. It looks like Madolche may be on their way to take game 1, but it's all about the game 2 and possibly game 3. As Madolche Chateau is going to be activated to shuffle in Madolche monsters, triggering the effect of Chocolate a la Mode, detaching a Pudding Cess to be able to special summon Madolche Mageline to the side of the field. Madolches are primed and ready to be able to special summon 2 Tiramisus. Using the first 2 Messengelato for the first Tiramisu, they can activate that effect, detaching a Messengelato to be able to spin 2 cards on the side of the field. No, it looks like they won't be doing that just yet. Madolche looking for another way into this combo sequence. It would be smart to actually activate that Madolche Ticket. That's going to be Madolche's next plan, as now they'll be able to use that Tiramisu, detaching the Messengelato, spinning in the Utopic and the Generator boss stage, and triggering the effect of Madolche Ticket to be able to special summon a Madolche monster to the side of the field, because they do control a Madolche Fairy monster. So we can already assume that that next monster that will be summoned to the side of the field will be another level 4 Madolche monster, possibly the Messengelato that was shuffled into the deck. Of course, its effect will trigger, but it almost does not matter. A Promenade will be added from the deck to the hand, as both Magellan and Gelato can be used for another Exceed summon into the Madolche Queen Tiramisu. This is game, ladies and gentlemen. Madolche's in 5 minutes being able to take game 1, showing you how powerful they are. Generator is going to start off their turn looking for revenge, using the effect of Generator Boss Quest, revealing hard to be able to add a Generator Boss stage from their decks to their hand. I apologize, guys. This just might be one of the last times we commentate over these games as we're looking for a huge change. I am 100% positive you're going to love this more than my commentation, though we know it's too strong. Following up Lopter, Shadow of the Generator Bosses is going to be normal summoned. Its effect is going to spell summon hard Generator Boss of Storms to the side of the field. And now it looks like World Legacy Monstrosity is going to be used on the hard, spell summoning 2 level 9 monsters with different names and attributes as well as types to the side of the field. So Generator is going to spell summon Needhog Generator Boss of Ice, as well as Mardell Generator Boss of Light. Using the effect of Mardell Generator Boss of Light, Generator Boss Fight will be added from the deck to the hand. It looks like Generator are going to start off really strong, using both Mardell and Needhog for an Exceed summon. They're going to go ahead and skip the chat and make True King of all calamities. This is probably one of Madolche's worst hated enemies, as 2 cards are going to be set that face down and Generator Boss stage is going to follow. Passing it right off to Madolche because they decided to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Boss stage is going to activate. True King of all calamities is going to follow right after. That's going to prevent Madolche's from activating monster effects with the declared attribute in their possession. And also, it's going to allow them to spell summon Hela to the side of the field, which will trigger the effect of Boss Stage's other effect to get tokens. Madolche is rendered completely useless in the monster category. Did their sideboard come through? Do they have cards to be able to get through to the next turn, possibly even get over the situation? As they're going to activate Madolche Ticket, activate Madolche Chateau, set 3 cards face down, and that's going to be the end of Madolche's turn. During the end phase, Generator wants to use Hela Generator Boss of Doom to be able to spell summon that Needhog back to the side of the field. And now the tokens will of course be destroyed due to the effect of Boss Stage. Back to Generator's turn. They're going to start off by using True King of all calamities again. They don't know exactly what that face down card is, but they really don't want to take a risk as Generators are going to be looking to push for Deadly. Switching to calamities, the Needhog, the Har, and even the Hela. What is going on here, Generators? No respect to the Madolche strategy. Needhog attacking into the face down monster. It's going to be a Madolche Magellan. Madolche was hoping to be able to get Magellan's effect, but of course, True King of all calamities is going to prevent that. Now both Har and Hela are going to be attacking directly. And Madolche just may have something. Is it a Mirror Force? No, it's actually a Madolche Promenade that's going to use on Generator Hela. But Hela is, of course, going to trigger her effect, tributing herself to be able to spell summon a Generator monster to the side of the field. Promenade wasn't able to negate a card. It's going to spell summon Mardell Generator Boss of Light to the side of the field in defense position, triggering its effect to be able to add a Generator monster from the deck to the hand. They're going to add Frody to the side of the field. It looks like Madolche just might have to deal with another calamities with Needhog and Mardell. But no, World Legacy Monstrosity is going to be activated. Madolche, knowing that they can't break that, they're going to go ahead and scoop it up, and we are already in Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Generators with the rebuff being able to get us into Game 3 in less than 4 minutes. These games have been hella quick, and Game 3 is what it's all going to be about. As it looks like Madolche is going to start off with Madolche Magellan into their Petting Cestor. A typical Madolche combo, Petting Cestor being able to throw someone Pudding Cess to the side of the field. And now Pudding Cess and Petting Cestor being used for an Exceed summon from Madolche Teacher Class Souffle. Detaching the Petting Cestor, and then Exceed summoning into Madolche Pudding Cess Chocolate a la mode. A la mode to be able to shuffle in that Madolche Petting Cestor and then detach the teacher to be able to spell summon Madolche Angeli. Angeli now using her effect to spell summon Hookake to the side of the field. And Hookake being able to banish the Teacher Glass Souffle to be able to spell summon Madolche Messengelado. Now Messengelato's effect will activate to add that Madolche Chateau from the deck to the hand. And Madolche is going through their normal combo. Using the effect of Madolche Chateau, they'll shuffle in the Angeli, which will trigger the effect of Madolche Pudding Cess Chocolate a la mode. That was supposed to be another Madolche Gelato. Now that's going to get their negation in Madolche Promenade, but this is exactly what Madolche is built for. The grind game. They want generators to go into those extra innings because eventually Tiramisu will shuffle in all their threats and allow them to push for game. Now making Madolche fresh to start, they're also going to make a Glass Souffle right under, meaning that their Madolche spell and trap cards cannot be targeted, and to start is actually pretty hard to get over. Madolche is going to finish up with 2 cards face down, and that's going to be the end of their turn. It's going to be up to Generator to see if they can break a very simple and modest, but a very powerful board. Generator is going to start off by activating Numeron Wall from their hand. Numeron Wall will allow them to activate Numeron Network from their deck. And now Numeron Network will be able to send the Numeron Calling from the deck to the graveyard as its activated effect. This is going to be really good for generators as it puts Madolche in a very tough spot. Madolche is going to respond with Cosmic Cyclone to banish the Numeron Network, a very smart play. But now the problem is Generator can activate the card that they really want to use in Generator boss stage without fearing Cosmic Cyclone. They're also going to be able to normal summon Lobster, Shadow of Generator, or bosses. Numeron Calling would typically prevent them from summoning multiple times, but they only need 1 normal summon anyways. It looks like they're going to set a modest 1 card face down. And this just might be the end of Generator's turn. Really interesting to see how they are starting off with such a modest setup. Lobster is going to be able to basically force the effect of Generator boss stage to get those tokens, even if Madolche has some way out of drawing or whatnot. It also seems that the face down card could be just about anything, maybe another boss fight in case it gets destroyed. But Madolche Teacher Glass Souffle is now going to activate its effect. It's going to be able to shuffle in the Madolche Gelato inside of the deck, as well as the Chocolate a la mode. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are probably wondering, where can we see these deck profiles, ladies and gentlemen? I am pretty much backed up on Patreon, but we are going to put them on Patreon, and possibly a little later, we're going to place them on the channel. Now, keep in mind, all deck profiles on Patreon are eventually able for everyone to watch. We're not doing a paywall thing. It's just something to reward our Patreons and saying a thank you for being a Patreon to the channel. And now it looks like Madolche Promenade is going to try to activate on the boss stage, but Generator boss room is going to be chained. Madolche did have the answer to that boss stage, being able to special summon monsters, but it looks like the hard copy of boss room being drawn for Generators is going to prove to be too strong. Hard Generator Boss of Storms is going to be spell summon, prompting boss stage's effect to be able to spell summon tokens to their side of the field. And now it looks like Generators are right back into this game. Madolche trying to control the tempo with that Madolche Promenade. That would have been amazing for the strategy. They would have been able to get a Magellan, and they would have been able to stop the bleeding with the Generator monsters to the side of the field. Madolche Hoot Cake is going to banish the Pudding Cess. That's going to prompt the effect of Lobster, Shadow of Generator bosses to be able to special summon a Generator monster to the side of the field. This time it's going to be Needhog. Generators being able to set up with negates of their own during Madolche's turn. This may be problematic, as Madolche Gelato is going to be summoned to the side of the field. I don't think Generators really care about Gelato being able to use this effect. But here's actually where we do have, not necessarily a misplay, but an interesting fact that just Generators did not use. They could have used the effect of Hard Generator Boss of Storm because the opponent added a monster from the deck to the hand to force Madolche to send a card from the hand or field to the graveyard, a monster from the hand or field to the graveyard. Unfortunately, this really doesn't mean much, as Madolche actually has monsters to be able to send from the hand to the graveyard. It does not change the outcome of this game. Madolche is now going to be doing some really good comboing, Madolche Angeli being normal summoned to the side of the field. And it looks like they're going to want to try to bait out that Har and that Needhog using both Angeli and Gelato for an Exceed summon into Madolche Queen Tiramisu. That is going to prompt the effect of Needhog. It actually tributes 1 token, but it looks like Generators may have gotten it mixed up with Har and tributed 2. The effect of Glass Souffle will still activate since Madolche cards were sent to the graveyard. They're going to be able to shuffle 2 Madolche cards, or 2 cards from the graveyard into the deck. But as we already know, they're going to be Madolche cards inside of Gelato and Magellan. And it's going to trigger the effect of Madolche Ticket. So far, so good Madolche is going to be playing how they wanted to. Madolche petting his sword, now hitting the field. They are locked into Madolche monsters for the rest of the turn. And unfortunately, Madolche's actually banished Pudding Cess, so they won't be able to spell summon a level 4 monster easily. They're forced to spell summon Madolche Angeli. Angeli will use its effect. Keep in mind, it would have been a level 3 monster whenever they summoned. But Har is now going to respond, tributing both the Needhog and the Lopter to be able to negate the effect of Madolche Angeli. That's pretty smart by the generator strategy, as Madolche Queen Tiramisu just would have been protected by the effect of Glass Souffle. So stopping a monster that isn't on the field was in the generator strategy's best interest and puts them in the leaderboard right now. Madolche wishing that Hookake was a level 4 monster right now. If they could, they possibly could go for huge damage, if not game. Making a Tiramisu, shuffling in 2 monsters to the deck, and then attacking for, actually, I think game. After Chocolate modes, that would have been enough. So I want you guys to post down below in the comment section, do you wish that Hookake was a level 4 monster? I know I do. I really wanted Madolche to be able to win right here, right now, but we're going to have to see what will happen in the next following turns. Generators are going to go ahead and proceed with their turn. They only have Har on their side of the field. The good thing is that it does have a huge body, and it will be accompanied by tokens and potentially a monster. The bad news is that they're going to have to do something quick, as Madolche is mounting some resources. They're going to use Generator Boss Quest, revealing Har from their hand to be able to search Generator Boss Fight, almost securing that Generator Boss stage will be able to activate. They're also going to activate add another Generator Boss stage. Now, it seems that Generator are going back in, as they're just going to put the Har to the bottom of the deck. World Legacy Monstrosity is definitely a card that you need to get back into this game. Swinging momentum away from the Madolche strategy. They had monsters on their side of the field. They had the resources. Unfortunately, World Legacy Monstrosity will be able to spell summon a Mardell Generator Boss of Light, as well as another Generator monster, or another level 9 monster with a different type and attribute. This time, it's going to be Frody Generator Boss of Swords. It's awesome that that card actually came in handy, because looking at Generator's deck list, they had no other targets. So really, really fortunate for Generator to be able to pop off with that World Legacy Monstrosity for the second time. Both Frody and Mardell, or my apologies, Mardell of course is going to activate her effect. They're going to add Lopter from the deck to the hand, and now they're going to be able to use both monsters for an Exceed summon. Both Frody and Mardell will be used for another copy of True King of All Calamities. This card has been a pain in Madolche's backside. It's going to be the reason why Madolche's won't be able to play monster effects unless they have a counter with Forbidden Chalice or a card alike. Lopter is going to be summoned with a card face down. That's going to trigger the effect of Generator Boss Stage and True King of All Calamities on Madolche's draw phase. Does Madolche have a Forbidden Chalice, anything to be able to stop this Calamities? It does not look like it, as Hela Generator Boss of Storms is going to be summoned, supplementing 2 more tokens to the side of the field, meaning that Generators can really play Yu-Gi-Oh right now. This is not looking good for the Madolche strategy. They actually don't have the best of hands right now, but if they can actually outlive this True King of All Calamities, possibly outlive whatever Generators has to do, Generators eventually are running out of resources, so switching their monsters to defense is not a bad strategy at all. Those Madolche monsters will shuffle back into the deck and trigger the effect of Ticket. Madolche has a genuine shot at just outlasting the Generator strategy and getting over all of its resources and eventually going for game. This is exactly what that Madolche strategy wants, a battle of attrition. So now Lopter is going to activate its effect to be able to spell summon a Generator monster to the side of the field. But the unfortunate thing is that Generators are all out. That is right, they are all out of other Generator monsters to summon. Lopter's actually completely useless. They're forced to use Hela Generator Boss of Doom to be able to spell summon a Generator monster to their side of the field. Now, that monster can be Needhog, it can be Frody. It's actually going to be Garda to the side of the field. Garda is going to be really amazing, as Generator could struggle getting over that fresh start. It has a continuous effect that protects itself from battle by shuffling in Madolche cards or Madolche monsters. So yeah, Garda could be a really good card for the strategy, as all of the Generator monsters, including Hela, are going to be switched to attack. And now, True King of All Calamities is going to be activated. Now, there is a slight mistake in this entire sequence of events. The monster summoned by Hela needs to be in defensive position. The only good thing about this is that Hela did not use its effect the last turn. So last turn, generators could have used the effect of Hela to summon Utgarda to the side of the field, and then use the effect to summon another monster, which actually would have been in favor for generators. So no harm, no foul. Everything's pretty much fixed in the error department, and there really isn't a, misplay that would decide the game. Now, Generator are going to follow up by using both Hela and Har for an XE summon into True King of all Calamities. Another copy that Madolche is going to have to play through. Of course, the effect of Generator Boss Stage will activate. Madolche is desperately using Cosmic Cyclone to try to banish the Generator Boss Stage. Unfortunately for Madolche, they do have the Generator Boss Room and a card in hand. All they have to do is discard a card from the hand, and the effect of Cosmic Cyclone becomes both players draw a card. Now, that could be what Madolche is trying to do, just dig deeper into one of their clutch cards that they are going to get into, or that they can get into, to be able to turn the tides of this game. As now, Har is going to be special summoned to the side of the field. And of course, as you know, it will trigger the effect of Generator Boss Stage. It looks like they're going to use True King of all Calamities to that effect to get 2 tokens. And now Madolche is locked from those monster effects. Now, there is a glimmer of hope for the Madolche strategy. They can have something to be able to stall this turn out. If they can stall out this second copy of True King of all Calamities, they can get back in the game. But unfortunately, Fresh to Start will be banished with Utgarda. Madolche is going to give it up, as it seems. It looks like Generators is your Eastern Conference Finals, ladies and gentlemen. A deck that almost had no shot of winning it all has a shot of winning it all. This has been a crazy YCS Summer Cup in an amazing bracket, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like your choices of who is going to be the winner of the YCS Summer Cup comes down to Rockets versus Generator. Let us know down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts? What do you think should have won? And who do you think will win between these two final strategies? Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll catch you on the next video.